Hey people, welcome to my channel, Micha Girl again. Today we're going to cook dinner, which is gonna be beef stew. Very delicious beef stew. The best way ever, the healthiest way ever, with some rice. Okay, so I'm gonna show you what I have ready for today, what I'm preparing. I just have everything ready. So I want to show you how I'm going to cook the beef stew. So today you are on my channel again for cooking, and that's my favorite thing. And so I want to cook, sorry, I'm cooking my rice. Sorry, let me show you. That's why what is making noise. That's a rice cooker. So it's making some noise because it's ready. It's already ready. Sorry, I know everybody knows how to cook rice. So it's not something I should show you every now and then, okay? So I already made my rice. Let me show you how it's ready right now. It's in a rice cooker. As I said, we are house of two. So obviously, we're going to have a rice of two people, okay? Let me show you. Okay, so this is my rice cooker. I just said boil water, put it there, and then, okay. Let me see how the rice is now. It's already ready. This is my rice, which is already ready. So I'm making my beef stew, okay? I'm making my beef stew. Here I have some onions, some garlic, some green pepper, red pepper, bell pepper. Okay, and then I have some red onions, and then I have 2 tomatoes. And then this is grated ginger. Okay, I love ginger in my ginger is very healthy. One of the things that I love in my food is ginger, which is a very healthy ingredient in my food. And also garlic. Okay, garlic is very good, especially those people that have high blood pressure. It's always good to use garlic in your meals. Okay, so today I do have this the ingredients that I'm gonna have. I'm actually defrosting my beef over here. Here is my beef defreezing. So it was frozen. I bought on Sunday. I always do my shopping like today is Tuesday. So I always do my shopping over the weekend, and then I put all my stuff in the freezer or fridge because I work from home, but by the time I'm done, it's always a little bit late when I finish working. So I just have to have my meat out, and then I just, instead of like buying every single day, that cannot work. Okay, so the very first thing I'm gonna do is cover my head. I like cooking when I'm covering my head. It's very, very important, so I don't like spill some hair in my food. Okay, so let's do this. Hey guys, here I am now, covered my hair, not open hair. It's very healthy, and I know that's one of the things. How I came to get used to that is they were right now I live in the United States, guys, and my very first job, my original, I was born in Africa, a country called Kenya. Okay, so when I came to the United States, I had to go back to school. I did information technology, but I had to go back to school and then do uh, advancing my courses, advancing my information technology, and did a special course that I wanted to do. So I had to have a part-time job that I used to work as a dietitian. So I got used to covering my hair when I'm cooking. So that's one of the very hygienic way of cooking. Okay, so that's how I came to get used to it. When I'm cooking, I have to cover my hair. That's like not an option, but most of the time I must do this before I start cooking. Okay, so let's get ahead. And I think my meat is already defrozen. Let me check. Yeah, it's already defrozen here. So I think what I'm gonna do is drain the whole water, and then make sure that I'm left with only meat. Okay, only meat. Okay, so we are here on the stove. So I'm gonna Now turn on the stove. If I put it on. Okay. Guys, I use gas to cook. Okay, we do have the stove for gas and for electric electric cooker, but I love the gas cooker, the one with gas. It's not okay. The gas cooker. It's not like when I was back in my country. Hold on, before I go ahead and tell you a story, let me show you. I'm gonna put some salt. The last time I told you that I use pink salt. This is the salt, the Himalayan pink salt, okay? All natural, that's what I use, okay? And so I'm gonna add some little oil, some little salt, so it can boil and drain the water that is left before I start now cooking. I cook different. I don't know how you cook it, but that's how I cook it. So I'm gonna take some few minutes. I just put a little pinch, okay? Guys, I'm an African. So this is how my mom showed me how to measure the salt. When I put in my hand like this, that's how I know this is enough. So I put in my hand like this, and I know this is enough, and I just sprinkle in my meal, and that will be enough. And I will cover it, okay? Let me look for a cover, which will be the dishwasher. Okay. Yeah. And whatever it is, like I will cover it to drain some water. Okay, some water, a little bit to drain it, and then once it's drained, I'm gonna be good to go and start cooking. Okay, so I was telling you a story. Oh, okay, yeah, I was telling a story. So when I was back in my country, it was a little bit different. We used to cook with the gas cooker, but the gas cooker there, you will have a little, let me say, it's not a container, kind of container. Let me say like that. I don't know how I can describe it, but it was like gas cylinder. Yeah, let me say gas cylinder. Okay, so we had a gas cylinder that was a size of like, should be 10 kg, that you have to you buy that one. It has like one, like a burner, so you're gonna go and fill it. You buy it. You can use, it depends with how you use. You can use like for 3 months, for 4 months, for 1 month. It depends with how big your family is, and then you're gonna go and refill it. Okay, that's different from the United States. Very, very different. Very, very different. Because in the United States, actually, they supply with gas. Okay, they supply with gas. Companies supply with gas the same way they supply with electricity. And so when they supply you with the electricity, I'm actually telling my viewers who are from other countries, I know the ones in the United States, they already know this, but I'm telling those ones in Africa who actually, they don't know how we get the gas. It's not the same. So the ones in the United States or the ones in other countries, I can explain to you. That's how it happens. You have your own cylinder, a gas cylinder. You go to the gas station or something like that. They refill for you, and then you go use it to cook. You have a burner. You can buy like the other burner to connect with a pipe or something like that. And then that's how you can actually cook, okay? That's how we cook in Africa, right? But in the United States, it's quite very different. It's quite very different. It's not like in Africa, okay, you have to be refilling your gas. No, it's actually a company that has a gas company is going to supply you gas in your house. So you're going to be paying bill, okay? You're going to be paying bill. Not like you're going to be getting it and then you go use it and then you go refill it, go use it sometimes. And the funny part of this one that you refill, guys, let me tell you one thing. The worst part with that one that you can refill, and that one happens to so many people. Comment, put on a comment if it has ever happened to you. Okay, this is what happens. You will never know when this gas is gonna finish or get like finished in your, like it has to, once it's finished, it's not like it's empty, let me say like that. You will never know when your gas is empty. Okay, so this particular, not even once, not even twice, there's this particular time I was cooking ugali. Okay, guys, those ones in the United States, I'll cook one time ugali. I'll cook ugali. Today I'm cooking rice, but probably this week I might cook ugali, and I will show you with that's ugali is made of corn flour and water. Actually, only those two things. Ugali and is made of corn flour and water. Okay, so on this particular time, let me tell you the story. At this particular time, I was cooking. Okay, I was cooking, and then I'm so hungry coming from work. I was still in Africa. I'm telling a story that I was in Africa. Okay, so I was very hungry, hurrying so fast, come home, cook my own. So ugali we eat with vegetables, which is green vegetables. You can have like kale. We call it kale in Africa. We call it sukuma wiki. Sukuma wiki. Okay. So I cook the whole of my sukuma wiki and some little bit and ready, and then I cook the ugali. The water boils, and I put the flour, and guess what? The gas goes quiet. And I'm like, what is going on? I continue adding, like, like when you regulate your gas in your house, you regulate it maybe if it's high speed or low speed. So I was trying to regulate it in a high speed, thinking, what's going on? Why is it going low? Lo and behold, the gas was empty. And I didn't have any other way to do. And you can go to a neighbor and say, oh, please, can you help me finish my ugali? It was so frustrating. Okay? So in that part, people in the United States, you should thank God that they always supply for you the gas. It's not that you're gonna like, it's not like in Africa that you're gonna run out of the gas and then you are left and then there's nothing that you can do, you're frustrated, you can't eat. To cut the story short, luckily I had a stove. That's what you call stove in Africa. And the way the stove in Africa is not the stove in the United States, okay? The stove in the United States is actually the gas, the burner. We call it burner in Africa. Okay, so it's a little bit different. Let me say in Kenya, I can say in other African countries, because I came from Kenya. That's what I can relate with. Okay, so I had to go and buy some paraffin. We call it paraffin. Okay, to come and now put in a stove, the so-called stove. I think I will get the stove and put it there. So-called stove, so that I can use it to cook and finish my ugali, which was left. That was so frustrating. So frustrating, guys. You don't know if you walk in Africa, you don't, it's not like in the US, you're gonna be driving, enjoying, it's not hard. Some people drive, okay, but I wasn't driving by then. I wasn't driving. I was actually from college, just struggling, having my first job, not really established. So even getting that gas, which costed like, let me say, $15 to fill that cylinder, was very hard. It was very expensive to just get money from nowhere. Okay, so just to show you, that was by the way, just to show you how my beef is going. Okay, let me turn it. So I just wanted to, like, the water that in it, I'm not cooking, I want to drain that water that is in it to dry up, and then I'll start cooking it in a different. So let me have my wooden spoon, which I love so much. Yeah, it's my wooden spoon. I just want to know that it's going on well. And sometimes I'm gonna sprinkle some of this. Okay, yeah, some of this. That's my trick. Okay, I sprinkle just a little bit of everything so that when it's 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 drying up, the water is drying up, at least I can add some this one. No, this one. I'll add a little bit so that when the meat, the reason I do this, actually the reason I do this, I see some people cook without salt. And to me, I feel that the reason you should put at least some salt and this one to boil together is to make your meat at least have some good taste. When you chew the meat, sometimes you see, okay, guys, sometimes have you ever tasted meat that you see the stew, let me say the soup in it, or let me say the broth, because American know it as broth. So in this time, I'm gonna be speaking the American way and the Kenyan way, because those are the two cultures that I relate with. Okay, so the broth in the beef is gonna be so tasty, and when you taste beef, it tastes like nothing is inside. So if you are one of the people that when you cook beef, it always tastes out like the broth, but inside it's not tasty, then try this. Okay, let me show you. Put like a little bit of that, a little bit of that nor, or whichever spicy you wanna put. I'll put that one. Just mix it a little bit. Okay, and simmer it for the water to dry up. So I'll cover it and leave the water to dry up. Okay, I'll reduce a little bit for it to dry up. Yeah, so guys, that's it. As I'm gonna continue cutting this. I'm gonna continue cutting my, I already cut the onions, a little bit of onions, and then I'm gonna cut that onions again. I'm gonna cut the green pepper, red pepper, and then the tomatoes. Okay, so just let me wash my hands because I held this, but one moment. Okay, we are done. And so I'm gonna continue cutting my green pepper. Okay, so I'm gonna continue cutting my onions first because this one is the one that I'm gonna use first. Okay, let me get some plates. Put the tomatoes there, the pepper there. I'm gonna have to cut the onions. And if you can see it, okay, yeah. Okay. Guys, the best thing you can ever have, like the sweetest of food, is onions. Onions, I like putting a lot of onions in my food, and that's one of the best thing I always do. Okay, because I love cooking, love a lot of onions. Okay. Yeah. I know you say like, Jim, that's a lot of onion. Onion is the main thing in the food. Okay. Onions is the main thing in my food. This. Guys, I'm sorry. Okay. Guys, now we're ready. Woo! Almost dry now, but sorry. Yeah, that should be very okay. Now, guys, now my organic olive. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. As always, I tell you guys, this is what I use: extra virgin olive oil. That's what I use for my cooking. I don't like using too much. I really don't like using too much oil. I just put a little bit of it. Just a little bit. Just a little bit to fry. So what I will do is I will add my onions. Okay, I'll add these onions there. Okay. Guys, I now added my onions and my garlic, sorry, and then I'm gonna stir it. I'm gonna stir it and put like a medium heat. So I'm gonna stir it until my onions are golden brown. I really don't like using a lot of oil because oil is not good for your health. Completely, it's not really. That's why I try even to use the olive oil, organic olive oil, for my cooking. So I'll just stir this one until the onions turns to golden brown. Okay, once the onions turn to golden brown, then I'll tell you what I'll add. Okay, while that one is going on, I'm gonna reduce the heat, and once I reduce the heat, we're gonna now come here and cut our bell pepper, the green and red bell pepper, ready for our next putting. But we're gonna put once it turns to golden brown, once this one turns to golden brown, I'm gonna add the tomatoes first. Okay, tomatoes first, bell pepper, because I don't cook it too much. It will be like one of the very last ones. The last ones in my beef. Okay, yeah, I prefer putting it as one of the last ones, not like so saggy. I don't like it that way. I like it a little bit crunchy, a little bit greenish, not too saggy. Okay, so guys, our beef has turned golden brown. Okay, which see how it looks like. It's looking very yummy now. Okay, it's looking very yummy. The onions have now turned. Let me show you. See how it turned? It's turning. I don't want to burn it too much because what I'm cooking is dry fry beef, dry fry. Okay, so I don't want it to be too dry. Okay, so our next thing we added is tomatoes or tomatoes. Okay, whatever. Tomatoes. Okay, these are the ones we've added the tomatoes. So we have to fry. I like if the tomatoes can be well cooked and you don't see them. That's how I do. I don't wanna have the tomatoes like all there. I like when it gets mushy, it gets to a stew. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Right. So okay. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. This is yeah. So I like the reason why I like stirring it is so that it doesn't burn. Okay. Yeah. The reason why I like stirring is so that it doesn't burn. That's my one of my reason why I stir it every single time so it doesn't burn. You see how it's getting very mushy and like the tomatoes are actually cooking, and it will, I will say, not disappear but become stew like. Okay, while that one is working, we'll come and finish with our bell pepper, and that's what we're gonna put as the last one, as our last one, and then we're gonna have beautiful ginger. Now that's what we're gonna put next. Okay, guys, so you see now I put the ginger. Okay. Ooh, this fire is firing. I put the ginger. Okay. I'll put a lot of fire. Put the ginger, and then guess what? We have this red bell pepper, green bell pepper, and the onions. Guys, when you put the onions and the red bell pepper like that, it spices up the food so nicely. Like that's why I had to cut a lot of onions so that I can put it to be. You see how it looks like? Look at that. Guys, look at that. Look at that. Look at how it looks like. Look at how it looks like. Look at our food. How it looks so colorful. So very colorful. That's why I always put the bell pepper as the last one. I don't like putting it as the first one. Guys, if you realize, I really didn't use a lot of I didn't use a lot of oil. As I said, I really don't like using a lot of oil because oil is not good for my health. So I try to avoid as much as I can, not to use too much oil, just to fry my onions. Once I fry my onions, then the rest, I don't cook it a lot, and it's gonna be spicy. It's gonna be yummy. Doesn't mean, many people think having a lot of oil in your food, it makes food yummy, but it doesn't. Actually, if you watch some videos about oil, it's very bad. It's very, very bad. So you can use as little as you can. Okay, you can use as little as you can whenever you can, if you can afford, because not so many people can afford using organic olive oil. But if you can use as little as you can, that will be very nice. Okay, for your own health. When you get old, that is, you might feel like, oh, I'm still young right now, but when you get old, those things come back and haunt you. Okay, so let me finish up cooking. Yeah, so you say, Jean, is that all that you can add? Like, that's all, Misha girl? Nope. We are adding turmeric. I love turmeric. Turmeric is medicinal. It's really, really very good. If you can Google about it and check what are the benefits of turmeric, try it. So I'm gonna add my turmeric in this stew, okay? Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Okay. It's our turmeric. 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 Okay. Guess you're checking and say, ah. Yeah. That's my turmeric. So I'll just add a little bit. That should be okay. Add in my meal. Okay. And that's my yummy meal. Okay. That's my yummy meal. That's my yummy beef stew. Okay. Miami. Look. Where? This is for me and my husband. Okay. Let me leave it a little bit, then I'll get back to you guys. Okay. Hey, 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 hey. Guys, I know you're waiting for the end product. And you know what? As always, I'm not going to disappoint you. I have the best end product ever. Okay? So, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here comes our special end product. Look at that, guys. Look, in fact, let me put the camera well. Maybe it's not doing it justice. Look at the end product. Okay, let me show you very well. See how it looks like? Let me put that there so that you can see it very well. Okay, I want to put on a mat because that's where I'm gonna be enjoying my meal from. Yeah, that's my end product. Okay, that is the end product of today's dinner. Thank you so much. I wish, guys, we can have dinner together.